Welcome back. So I would love to say, just eating apples, salmon, beef, broccoli, beans, nuts, seeds, have some oats, get yourself some buckwheat, some wild rice, and enjoy health accumulation. That's all you got to know. At one point in history, that was indeed the case. But of course, in our world of like literally squeaking and squeezing every extra dollar everywhere we can from food production, it is no longer that simple. It is simple still, but it's not that simple. So this is why today I'm discussing the clean 15 foods. And this is a grouping of foods that is least problematic when tested for pesticide residues. And the 2024 list just came out. However, if you have the means, even amongst these clean 15, I would still buy organic, as the bioaccumulation of toxins is really at the root of so many illnesses. And if there's any way we can decrease them at all, we want to. It's one thing where you get an apple, pesticides causing issues, but it's a whole other thing when consistent inputs of hundreds and thousands of pesticides dripping into our being from inorganic products and produce and ultra processed foods, coupled with the fertilizers, the pest control sprays, the noxious detergents, the flame retardants, on clothing, on furniture, the Glade plugins. Why are we still using those? Hairsprays, the exhaust streams from the car, the VOCs in paints and flooring and plastics. That's a lot. If life wasn't already challenging enough for the human in 2024, it surely is challenging for those of us who are not, thinking about what we're putting in our being. Some of these are extremely challenging to control. Others are quite simple. Namely, I think that this one of the simplest ones, may take the most discipline, but the simplest is what we put into our body. So that is why, once again, we're not just discussing what food to eat, we're discussing why, and amongst real food, what food adjustments we want to make to ensure that we're getting not only the biggest bang from our buck, but the biggest bang for our overall health and longevity and vitality. And the foods with the least amount of pesticide residues in 2024, according to the Environmental Working Group, EWG, go and look this up on their app or Google them, are avocados, sweet corn, onions, papaya, carrots, honeydew melon, asparagus, pineapple, sweet peas, the frozen variety that is, watermelon, cabbage, I'm glad watermelon can be eaten and not be organic, sweet potatoes, mangoes, and mushrooms. I will say though, recognize, though sweet corn and papaya are on this list, they're often genetically modified here in the United States of America. So even though they may be low in pesticide residues, it is still best to get them organic so you can bypass any of that genetic modification that is going on. You could also look for the non-GMO sticker, I guess. That would be another way of stating getting papaya and not having to get the pesticides. So does it matter? There is this study in women where they look at urinary concentrations, and they found that those women with the highest pesticide levels, metabolites, had the lowest likelihood of a successful pregnancy. Man, and reproductive health is big time these days, does it not? There's another study in the Environmental Health Perspectives journal that found that the pesticides were associated with increased risks of Parkinson's disease among farmers. I see so many Parkinson's patients these days, and it is not a fun disease. The Children's Health Study linked pesticide exposure to increased respiratory problems, neurodevelopment, nervous system development issues, and decreased cognitive function in children. We're talking ADHD, we're talking learning disabilities. And these were kids that were living, in agriculture areas where there's a lot of food being created for the populace. There was another meta-analysis published in Environmental Health Perspectives, which found an association between pesticide exposure and various health outcomes like neurodevelopment disorders, like I mentioned, respiratory problems. We're talking asthma. We're talking, COPD. We're talking cancers, increased risk of certain types of cancers, especially when we're talking about colon cancers and breast cancers, stomach cancers, any of these organs that are glandular and then that are disposable areas, increased risk. So if you look around, you may have noticed that the standard industrialized human is loaded down with over-the-counter and prescribed medications. Literally just to keep them functioning, keep them going day to day, get them to work, get them back home, get them feeling reasonably comfortable. This is not normal. It's surely not ideal. And just think how much of this is brought on by the repetitive microdosing day after day, week after week, month after month, even in utero, of these toxic herbicides, fungicides, and pesticides. It's challenging even to say because almost the entire population is inundated with these chemicals. There's just a strain put on them. Would we even know what the impact has been on humanity, upon us? I would venture to say, that raw organic sugar you're putting in your coffee, that is a very minor player in your health demise as compared to the pesticides in a handful of those beautiful red strawberries. Pesticides are powerful, fungicides are powerful, herbicides are powerful. I think we need to respect them more. So your body wants real food that is grown real different than the standard big food practices. I appreciate the fact that there's people out there that want to make a bunch of food for a bunch of people, but we got to make it without compromising the food in the process. So go as local as you can. If not local, man, be sure to buy certified organic varieties. Otherwise, you're paying for a lot of chemicals riding on the food along with that food you think you're getting. Even if it is a fruit, even if it is a vegetable, even if it is a whole grain, even if it's grass-fed. All right, go organic. I wish we didn't have to do this, but that is the state of our food system. And it is something that most of us can control. And given all these different outlets now, like Grocery Outlet and like Fred Meyer and these different places, there's a lot of Trader Joe's. There's a lot of options to get food that is grown organically, Costco, that is not exorbitant, if you don't have your own garden in your backyard. All right, I'm Dr. Matt. Let's do this, go organic. I wish I didn't have to say it, but that's what we need to do. And be sure to check out down below for an opportunity to accumulate massive health, a challenge that you'll have to pay for. I must say, you will have to pay for it, but it could grow your health, grow your family's health, and create opportunities that you never thought possible. All right, I'll talk to you guys and gals later.